Hello, friends. Welcome aboard the Round Trip Stories podcast, where we share stories of moving around the world and back again, reflecting on the lessons we've learned along the way. My name is Tracy.
And my name is Melissa, and we're so glad you're joining us for today's episode. Our guest today is Branko Pekovic, an elite professional water polo athlete who grew up during difficult times in Belgrade, Yugoslavia, which is now Serbia. He found a love and great success in playing water polo, so much so that Branko played for Serbia's national teams and professional teams in Italy, Russia, and Kazakhstan. Branko shares about how water polo was his amazing job that took him to the Olympics and all over the world. So buckle your seatbelts and make sure your tray tables and seats are in their upright positions as part one of Branko's round trip story gets ready for takeoff.
Welcome, Branko Pekovic, to the Round Trip Stories podcast. We're so grateful to have you and that you've made the time in between water polo games and your water polo tournament today. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for the invitation, guys.
Yeah, we are excited to get to hear your stories. It's going to be really interesting, and it's always interesting hearing about different parts of the world and different people's stories.
Yeah, and Branko's the first professional athlete that we have invited on, and we're really interested in hearing that perspective of professional athletes because there's a whole industry of athletes who go outside of their home countries to play their professional sports. So we're looking forward to hearing that perspective. And Branko and I met last year because his son came to stay with us when his son and my son were playing water polo, club water polo here in California. So we got to spend some good time with his great son. And then, of course, we had that connection there. So thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, I have to say great thanks for you and your family to invite my guy to spend some time with you. It was amazing journey for him, and we appreciate a lot.
And I also want to make a connection that when I found out that you had spent so much time outside of your home country, and even your son was spending time outside the whole country, he's a third culture kid, as we say. And my son also has that experience of growing up 8 years of his childhood. And it was a pleasure to have that connection also, that they were raised outside of their home countries. And so they have this different background, but that is common too. And they're just teenage boys and enjoy water polo and enjoy each other.
Lots of good connections, yeah. So, Branko, as we get started with our interview, tell us first a little bit about yourself and your family, including where you grew up.
Yeah, yes, I'm 45 years old, and I have family, of course. My wife and my two kids. I grew up in Serbia, ex-Yugoslavia. Over there, I started to play water polo, and I started to play when I was 12. So, and I grew up there, and in that time it was tough period for us in our country, and I grow up all these difficult things around, and I started to play water polo, and that was my journey. That was my way. Of course, I learned the school together, and very very quickly I became, let's go to say, good in water polo, and I moved forward from one category to another category. Yeah, that's pretty much my beginning. And after that I started to play pro in Serbia in 2001, and that was another step in my career. And I achieved a lot of things in Serbia. Before that, I play for a national team as well, several national teams. In that time, Italy, it was the best place for professional water polo, and that was my way. So I was 22 years old when I left Serbia and went to Italy to play professional level.
Okay. Wow. And then tell us a little bit about how long you were in Italy and then where you went after that so that we kind of have a map in our heads of the different
Yeah,
places you went.
yeah, yeah. That's interesting story because Like I said, in my time, Italy was dream for all the professional water polo players because the league over there it was the strongest, the hardest, and yeah, I was there for from 2001 until 2003, 2 years, and I wanted to stay in Italy for all my career.
Hmm.
And in that point, uh, I think it was destiny or whatever you say. And I had a call from Russia, from my friend. He asked me what I think to move there because they just started to build something interesting. He invited me, and I didn't want to go. Honestly, I wanted to stay in Italy. In that particular moment, like I said, this guy from Russia he called me because he was my friend. After that, I started to speak from the people from Russia from that club, and they convinced me to come. And I said, okay, I can go to try 1 year
Mhm.
to see what's going on, and then I can come back. So that's it, and I stayed for 11 years.
Oh, it's funny how that happens sometimes.
Yeah,
Wow.
Well, then, but you were in Russia and then you were also in Kazakhstan, right?
yeah, it was like that. I was in Russia for 8 years, and after that, the people from Kazakhstan they started to speak with me because in that particular moment they have one team, and that team played in Russia in Russian championship. So I knew all these people, and they offer me 4 years contract. So and I agree with that, and that was the move. Yeah, we moved from Russia to Kazakhstan, 2012.
2012. And then in 2008, you played in the Olympics.
Yes, yes, I played for several young national teams in Serbia, and now I played for senior national team. Yeah, a lot of competition amongst them. It's Olympic Games. It's the biggest competition in the sport, and yeah, I was there, and we won bronze medal.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize, Tracy, that we were interviewing an Olympian.
Yes, that's very special.
that, that's the fact.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And then you ended up going back to Serbia in 2016, correct?
Yes, yes, I was playing in Kazakhstan from 2012 to till 2016, and then I was 37 years old when we moved back to Serbia. I was played for 2 more years there. So and in 39, 38 or something like that, I finished my career, and we became something. We start something else.
Okay. And somewhere in there, you got married and had a couple of children.
Yeah, I was a how to say single when I start my professional career abroad, and in the meanwhile, I met my wife, my future wife. We married 2007, and we moved immediately from Serbia to Russia. And Nikola was born in Serbia, but he was just two months old when he moved from Serbia to Russia. And Nina, my daughter, she's born in Serbia too, but she also had 2 months when she moved to Russia, 2011. So and from that moment we are together.
Thank you for that background. Okay, so now we want to get into some of your specific stories. Our podcast is called Round Trip Stories. We know you have lots of stories. So, how about one about your initial transition and adjustment of moving out of Serbia, either into Italy or Russia? How'd that go?
It was interesting. It was challenging. It was something new, but how to say it? It wasn't a huge different or huge move for me because I already lived alone without parents in Serbia because I grew up in Belgrade in the capital of Serbia, and I moved uh, before I left Serbia. I moved in one small town north of Serbia when I played a couple of years. And yeah, I knew what means to live alone and everything. And the Italy was next step, and everybody who played water polo on that level, they knew that they're gonna go abroad someday. And it wasn't big surprise for me. What can I say? It was surprise culturally and with language, with all this stuff. And yeah, but I prepared myself on some way. And when I when I when I moved in Italy, I was ready. I cannot say that I was ready 100%. You cannot be ready 100%, but yeah,
Mhm.
I knew what I can expect. And what I have to do, and all this stuff. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, I can say, but I was very happy there. I learned one more language to speak. I wanted to learn one more language to speak, and I learned to speak Italian, and very fast. I started to speak with them, and they accept me excellent. So it was very interesting, and I have to say that I spent beautiful 2 years over there.
Mm.
How many languages do you speak, Branko?
Fluently, just one.
Oh.
Okay, but non-fluently.
No, okay, of course.
It's got to
No,
be more than one because you're speaking English pretty fluently right now, and I don't think that that's not the
thanks.
only one.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I can speak. Obviously English, Russian, Italian, and Serbian. So,
Okay.
if I can say four language, yeah, I can speak with a lot of people around the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is I have to be. I cannot be humble right now. That's huge achieve if you can speak several languages.
It is, absolutely.
Definitely. And so tell me, um, what about the languages that you spoke on your water polo team in Italy,
Uh,
for example?
this is a good question because in Italy I had some foreigners as well. I had in my first team I had two, one guy from Hungary and one guy from Holland, and I spoke with this Holland guy on English because his English it's fluently. So he helps me a lot from the beginning to enter in the team and everything. And like I said, after 2 3 months, I started to speak Italian. So yeah, we are speaking Italian officially in Italy. Second year, I had one guy from Serbia and I had one guy from Russia, and we spoke Serbian because that guy from Russia he spoke Serbian as well. So second year in Italy, it was easier because I had help of them, but I already spoke Italian pretty good, so it wasn't problem about that.
Okay. So then, were there any rules in the clubs that you could have like a cap on foreign players, or could you have as many foreign players as
Yeah,
possible?
in that moment, it was 3 players from abroad. It was
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Uh,
All other people are was from Italy, and that but we had three foreigners, yeah.
is that a pretty normal cap? Three foreigners? Because when I was in China and there was the soccer team, I remember hearing you could only have three foreigners on the Chinese soccer team.
This is depend from the country to country, or from the federation to federation, from sport to sport. For example, in Italy, it was 3 players, then in Russia 5, and then every year they cut the players. So and I finished like just me. So yeah.
So tell us a story about something that was hard as you were living outside of Serbia as a professional athlete.
No, nostalgia.
Oh, being homesick and
Yeah,
nostalgic.
yeah. Maybe we can say about that. I was young. I wanted to hang around with my friends, and but another way I was professional, and I had job and I have some obligations, and it was easier in that way. But you always
Mhm.
have these questions that you want to go home to speak your language in the end with whole respect, and sometimes
Right.
you feel alone. But yeah, depends from I like to say depends what kind of person you are, or where you want to go, or what you want to achieve. It's not easy, but like I said, I had my goal, I had my job, I was paid for that. So in that case it's pretty much easier.
Mm.
Mhm. How often did you get to go back home to visit?
Mm, for example, in Italy, I wasn't home just one time during the season because we didn't have so many breaks. In Italy, you have stop during the Christmas time and New Year, and a lot of players are using the time to go home.
Mhm.
So and I was at home during the Christmas time and during during these holidays, maybe 7 days, not more, because you cannot
Mm.
stop for more. You have to be in shape, and because you are constantly practicing, you have games, trips, and all this stuff.
So it's pretty much year round
Yes,
that you're playing and
yeah,
conditioning.
yeah. Of course, it's you have to be on the top if you want to stay there. If you want to
Right.
be satisfied and to be successful.
Yeah, so you can't just leave for 2 months and go home
Oh
because
my, oh my God, never ever.
No. Okay, so just at maybe the holidays you got to go home. So yeah, that's hard when you're young and if you're if you don't have your family and
Listen, in the end of the day, I never complain because I choose that way, and I was happy because I was doing something. Uh, I was doing something what I love, and
Mhm.
I I could live
Yeah.
normally. I can offer to me something better and something bigger than other my friends. So, and that's a pretty good reason to
Mhm.
continue and to
Yeah.
be satisfied and to be successful in the end of the day.
So tell us a story about something you loved playing professional water polo, either in Italy or Russia or Kazakhstan.
Tracy, always tricky questions. No, no, it's a lot of things. Like I said, you are doing something what you love first of all, and after that, if you're able to live good because of that, it's huge achievement from my perspective. So, and
Mhm.
I achieved that. I started to play water polo not because I wanted to be successful in sense to get to be paid for that. No, I started to play water polo and because I love the game. And after that, I achieved something and I became a pro. And then I combined these two things, love and and these other things. And I can say that water polo was my job for so many years in my during my professional career in that sense. And after that, when I make a family, my family had everything because of my job. So,
Yeah.
and right now I'm continuing with water polo, but on some other way. But yeah, yeah, that's my job.
Are there any special places that you got to visit when you were in Russia and Italy? Places you got to go that you wouldn't have been able to otherwise?
This is very interesting question because of water polo, I saw almost all the world, and we travel a lot. I travel a lot with my clubs, with national teams. I saw so many different places. I met so many different cultures, so many different people, and I have to say this is one of the biggest advantage of the sport because you can travel and you can feel the life abroad. You can feel you can see different things all around the globe. And yes, I am very proud of that. And I have to say, great thankful for my sport too, because the sport give me this opportunity. In the end of the day, I'm here because of my sport.
Mhm.
And we are speaking here because I met Tracy through my sport. Our sons playing water polo. They're sharing passion with they're sharing this passion for water polo. So yeah, I have to say that water polo gives me a lot.
So tell us a story as something that surprised you by living in these different countries.
Lot of stories. Now I have to think about particular. So many rules, so many different rules. I can tell you one story about Italy right now. For example, I was like I said, my first years was in Naples, in south of Italy. It's crazy town, crazy people, on positive way, of course. Huge energy and without rules. And I remember coach because I had a car for to use. They give me car to use, and I remember his words. He said to me, "Listen, don't stop on the light. Somebody's gonna kick you back from the back."
Oh,
Because they are not stopping on the red light at all. They're just running, and that's it. Go, 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 go. And I said, what do you say? No, no, just go, go. Don't pay attention on the red. Just go. If you stop, somebody's gonna hit you from the back. Okay, let's go.
Oh, wow. That would be a surprise. And is that really how it was?
More of the time, yeah.
That
Oh.
would be hard to get used to if you're
Yeah,
used to.
yeah, it's in Russia, some other things, for example, they are very cold, but cold, how to say, the weather is cold, the climate is cold, but they are cold people as well. But in the end of the day, when they accept you there, then it's you becoming their brother, and it's much easier.
Mm,
I like how you said that with the Russian people, though, they might be cold, but once they're your friend, then you're like your brother.
Listen, for all these years, I made so many friends there, and like I said, I went there for 1 year. I remained for more than 11. That's the destiny or whatever. And
mhm,
it was like that. And I think this is my answer to you. I I I wanted to stay, and every year was better and better. And maybe I told you in our private conversation with my wife when we went to Kazakhstan, because she wasn't so happy, and she wasn't so happy at all when we moved there. And I can tell you that after a couple of years, she was unhappy to go back in Serbia.
hmm, because it became home. She
Yeah,
made
yeah, we build a
friendships
home.
and.
Yeah, we build a home, we make our world, and the kids were satisfied. And that's it. That's it. That's the life of professional sportsman. One day you're here, another day you can be somewhere else. So
Hmm,
And then now when you were in Russia, you had a family, you weren't just a single person anymore. So the influence or the health of the members of your family is also important and
much
influent.
more responsibility,
Yeah.
first of all.
Yeah.
very
No,
true.
yeah, yeah. It is what is. I want to say, my family is my biggest achievement.
So, we have a couple more questions to ask before we wrap up this first part of our interview. So, tell us if you can think about something that you learned about yourself as a result of your time living abroad.
I'm learning. I'm still learning.
Mhm. This is true.
I'm still learning about myself, and I can adaptable. How to say?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can accept other people, other cultures. Maybe now, when I'm older, a little bit more different things. But from the beginning, I was very adaptable for new situations, new people, and I think it's good. And like I
Hmm.
said, now we are here. I have some another role. Yes, I'm still learning. It's not like I was 20, 25. Now I'm accepting some things with more stress. But yes, I can understand. And with all this experience, what I earned before, it's easier.
Hmm. Yeah, isn't that interesting? As we get older, I feel like we are more accepting and understanding of some things, but then maybe also there are other things that we grow to be less less accepting or less, our perspectives just change, but having the perspective of different cultures and different places always helps.
Yeah. In Serbia, we like to say we are not able. We don't want to change our comfort zone.
Mhm.
And through all these years, I learned these things, that I can change my comfort zone if I think that I'm gonna achieve something better, of if I want to learn something better, or if I wanna see something better. So this
Mhm.
is probably very important too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great thing to know, and because a lot of people don't realize that they actually can adapt and survive changing and getting out of their comfort zone, and when they if
Yeah,
when
it's
you.
in the end of the day, it's not too different. And I'm speaking with my guys. I'm telling them to be open, to be
Mm-hmm.
open mind, to be open for everything what is new, and to
Mm-hmm.
learn. It's from all these things, for all this new experience, you have to learn, and these things are very valuable in your life.
So, can you tell us anything that you learned about the world in general as a result of your time living and visiting so many different countries?
Good one. So, uh, the people are different. The people are different, and what I learned we cannot put all the people in one group, and
Hmm.
we cannot put the people. I don't know. Depends of color or depends of religion.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you have good people and bad people, and it's not doesn't matter if somebody it's black, white, yellow, or not important is Muslim or Christian or whatever. No, depends. He's good or he's bad. This is my biggest thing what I saw during all these years all around the world, and I accepting people like that. I don't care what is your name, what you respect. I just care how are you, what are you doing, what is your relationship, how are your behavior with me. Can we speak or can we work together? During my journey, I saw so many do good things. Unfortunately, I saw so many bad things, but I truly want to believe that I saw much more good things. So that's my
Mm-hmm.
conclusion about this. And yes, even now you have bad things, you have right things, you have and good things. And I truly want to put all these good things in front of bad things.
Yeah, I appreciate that point and that you want to put the good things and you're convinced that you've seen much more good things in the world than bad things. And I think that's important, wherever we are, we have to just keep believing in the good and keep searching the good
Mm-hmm.
in people, in places, and systems, and then be the good.
Now, listen, in the end of the day, I'm more than sure that the good people are there, but we have to find them. We have to find them. We like to say in Serbia, the world it's one big village, and you can find a lot of different things. And unfortunately, I have to commit that now people are a little bit selfish, and they're trying to do bad things for their own. And
Mm-hmm.
no, the good people are all around. The good people are all around, and they can recognize each other.
Thank you, Branko, for sharing your stories about playing professional water polo in Italy, Russia, and Kazakhstan. You grew to be adaptable and made lifelong friends. You were able to combine something you loved with work, which made you very happy. You found even more fulfillment when you were able to start a family and bring them along with you in your work. After all, your family is your biggest achievement. So, what happened when Branko and his young family returned to Serbia when he was ready to retire as a professional athlete? You'll have to make a return trip to our podcast for part 2 of Branko's round trip story.
Want the podcast equivalent of early boarding and first class seating? Be sure to subscribe to this podcast in your favorite podcast app so you'll never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed this episode, would you consider sharing it with your fellow globe-trotting friends? We would love to encourage them too. We believe that sharing stories helps our understanding of the world grow larger while the distance between us grows smaller.
As this episode lands, we hope these stories have encouraged you, helped you find some more of your belongings, and made your baggage a little lighter. Thanks so much for listening, friends. We'll see you next time.